I try not to fanboy over every little detail we get about College Football 25, but it's definitely difficult not to, because, guys, it's College Football 25. So we got the Road to Glory deep dive, and this is the mode that I love the most, and I think a lot of people love the most. Well, actually, most people like Dynasty, and obviously Cut, but this is the mode that I grew up on when it comes to NCAA games. Okay, Road to Glory with Andrews going ahead and describing your character every week. That was one of the best things ever. Anyway, though, as it says right here, building Road to Glory. When setting out to design Road to Glory, we immersed ourselves in the world of college athletes. We spoke with current, former, engaged with our community, and observed countless stories and experiences. Our goal was clear: to create an authentic, engaging, and replayable experience that captures the essence of being a college athlete. And here's what I'll say real fast, and this is just, again, my 2 cents, my cup of tea here. I hope they don't go too insane with this. Like, here's what I'll say to this, is the thing I love about Road to Glory back in the day was it was just detailed enough not to be overdone and like too difficult to kind of go through. It was kind of just like a seamless process that you can just kind of grind, get your character built, and do all this kind of stuff. I hope they don't go too overboard. Again, usually the more the better, but sometimes you can go to a point where it's like kind of impossible to do certain things, or you have to do like A, B, C, D, F, G. You have to complete a whole entire, list of things to get where you want to go. I hope it's not too crazy, but so far everything I've seen in College Football 25 has been positive, so I doubt that. With this vision, we anchored Road to Glory around 4 core pillars. Live the life of a college athlete, week-to-week experience, fast to fun, and highly replayable, and foundation for the future. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about in the positive angle here, because this is exactly what it seems like they're doing toward this game this year, which I really like, is that they're making everything kind of revolved around, you can take the time and grind, you can take the time and do all, like, get the pretty much every little detail of experience, or you can just make it fun for yourself, kind of like a quick play type feature, which is actually really cool. Live the life of a college athlete. The pillar is about immersion. From the excitement of game day to the challenges of balancing academics and athletics, every aspect of college athlete's life is brought to you. Your journey will be filled with highs and lows, trumps and setbacks, mirroring the real experience of a student athlete. Do we have to take tests? Do not make me take tests in a video game, please. Week-to-week experience and Road to Glory, every decision matters. We designed the experience to revolve around key in-game decisions and time management. Whether it's choosing how you spend your time between practice, studying, and social activities, or making critical plays on the field, your choice will shape your path to the journey. We drew inspiration from story-driven games where meaningful decisions with no clear right decision help shape your journey. The way you respond to situations ultimately decide your path. Fast and highly playable is to be a fast-paced and fun, ensuring that you're always in the thick of the action with multiple storylines, pathways to explore. This is what I actually like from NCAA growing up. And then obviously it's not just about here and now, it's about building a lasting legacy. This year lays the groundwork for future enhancements, ensuring your journey as a college athlete continues to evolve and improve. The problem is you can't actually transfer it over to Madden, which really does suck, I will say. That's kind of awful, but anyway, then we have the creation, which is the elite, blue chip, contributor, and an underdog. And you can see each one of these has their own set overalls. So you're a 5-star athlete, you're a 4-star athlete, you're a 3-star athlete, you're a 2-star athlete. So depending on where you want to start, depends on how good you are. Now, of course, depending on which one you create will go ahead and dictate, you know, what you're lacking in and which ones you're kind of just all around the best for. But there's also different levels of responsibility depending. You can choose your position: quarterback, running back, wide receiver, middle linebacker, and corner. This is something I don't really like as much because in the old NCAA games, you got to choose any position. It wasn't like you just had to be these said positions. You could be a punter or kicker, I believe. If I'm incorrect, tell me. But I thought you could be a kicker or a punter, and you could be any position you want. This is more of a select base of positions, which I don't really like, and I think the reason why is because they wanted to kind of home in on the positions that most people would choose, and that would kind of be more or less like they can make more storylines based on that rather than making generic storylines. And I get that 100%. I just wish it was a little bit, you know, more open. Anyway, then you choose your archetype. So you get to choose what archetype you want. Obviously, certain archetypes are going to hurt you in certain categories. A scrambler is not going to have as good a throw accuracy. And same thing with an improviser. He's going to have better throw accuracy, but not as good as a field general. You get to choose your typical, you know, player, handness, home state, hometown, appearance, gear, and styles. You also get to go ahead and you got fan favorite, academics, road dog, brand, and leadership, which is clear-headed. You get to choose that stuff. And mentals and physics. Oh, physicals, excuse me. And then obviously they have the person here, which is a field general quarterback. They're a 5-star recruit. Kai is king, and then confirm and save. Now, here's the next thing. And this is something that we're seeing also in Madden as well. Is the idea of really pushing social media with the game. Now, this is social media in the game, not out of the game. We see this with Madden. They're trying to really push the whole, hey, listen, you know, your athletes are going to be talking about social media. That's been a thing for the last so many Maddens, if we're being honest, back to Madden 13. So they've been trying to kind of, you know, push that to make it more realistic. So right here, this is kind of the same concept that we see from, like, if you're a player in Madden or you're an owner in Madden, you get these questions at the beginning of the seasons, which is like, hey, what is your goal? And depending on what your goal is, it depends on how, you know, you improve. Signing day, you get to choose whatever team you want to sign with. Each team does have their own benefits / you know, things that are going to be good or bad. And then, of course, this is your screen for upgrade player, process, top stories, weekly agenda, and then you get to play whatever game you are playing. So if you're South Carolina there as well. We talking about process. Yes, there is process and there is mini games. Just like Madden, there are mini games to process. You have team mini games and you have skill mini games. Skill mini games are more or less like this one right here. It's the ones where you're by yourself pretty much and you're working on your skills. This is more, this actually, is this a, no, this is a skill mini game right here. So this is a skill mini game right here. Team mini game would be both teams on the field. We do have the mini games post game, which obviously gets you different, you know, XP, grinds up your character, makes your character better. Putting that student in student athlete, academics, leadership, health, training, and brand. Test readiness. Each week by spending time on academics, you will be studying, which will improve your test readiness. This is essential for performing well on midterm exams. If your test readiness is low, your likelihood of failing in midterm is increased. GPA. Your GPA reflection of your academic performance and is influenced by the results of your exams and quizzes. So this is really, again, it depends on what game mode you're going for in Road to Glory, but what style you're going for, but this is okay. They put a lot into this. I'll definitely say that. This is a lot more than I was expecting. Which, again, giving us still the ability to have that, you know, whatever you want to do yourself, I think is good. I mean, you can choose the fast, you know, ready to play, you know, replayability one or this. We have health, we have training, we have leadership, we have brand, we have scenarios and dilemmas, and again, this is kind of reminiscent, if you think about it, of the answering questions, but also kind of reminds me of, like, you know, long shot story mode. We have NIL deals, which is obviously, listen, you get money, and you get money on and off the field. See, this is things I wish there was some, you know, transition to Madden, because this is why it's so fun in NCAA 14, is because you could transition it to Madden. So, kind of sucks that you can't do that. Anyway, though, college trust and position battles, obviously, you know, battling for your top position. Now, if you're a 5-star recruit, you're probably going to get the starting job. But if you're not, and you want a little bit more of a challenge, you're going to have to fight for your starting job. All aboard the game train. Competing in games, goals, and performing well during games, training, dedicating time to training. Yeah. All stuff to improve your XP. Mentals and physical abilities. Unlike your dynasty players, your Road to Glory character has a unique opportunity to progress their mental abilities by competing in game objectives. Each time you complete an objective, the corresponding ability will upgrade to the next tier to up to a maximum level of platinum. So yeah, so you're slowly upgrading your character. That's really what a lot of these game modes are. It's just you're slowly upgrading your character to max him out. Managing your wear and tear. This is something we talked about, and I actually showed a video on a couple days ago. I enabled this into Madden 24 because this is actually a feature of Madden 24, but they don't have it enabled. You have to go through the debugging system to enable it. And this is actually something that's in Madden 24, which is the what's called wear and tear. So throughout the season, your players will get wear and tear like real life. Now, based on what I understand, this is not like OP, meaning it's not broken for the user, where it's like your player is just randomly going to break something. It just means throughout the game, let's say your character keeps getting hit right on the right-hand side, and he's a right-handed quarterback. His arm is going to start to hurt. His arm is not going to be able to throw passes as perfect as he was early in the game because he keeps getting hit on the right-hand side. So it really is based on that. It's based on the fact your character is going to play worse if he does get hurt throughout the game. So obviously, risk of injury, yeah, blah, 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 you already know. So like if you, for example, keep getting sacked all the time, and you've been getting sacked every single game, or every single play pretty much, you know, you might want to start running the football and try to avoid the sacks. But guys, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. I'll see you guys next one.